Hello everyone, Blue Star Saber here once again to do another One Piece chapter review. Chapter 1143, Holy Knights. This is my second attempt of trying to do chapter 1043. For those who may have seen it, I did a review before, but unfortunately towards the end I kept getting cut connections, and as a result there's a bit of pauses when I'm doing the video, and I get a bit confused of where I last was. So I'm attempting to do it again, try and see if I can give a more coherent, consistent review, if you will, and hopefully a lot less padded, if you will. So yeah, this chapter pretty much follows the events in the last one, in which monsters from the children's dreams kept attacking the school, in which we learn that this is one of the work of the Gods Knights, particularly the one that is titled Saint Rima Oshifu, or, pardon me, Killerham, if you will. Let's see, the sort of dragon one. So that is the Gods Knights, and we've got a few people here. Aldi's only going like, yo, and all types of high things. Hala, I believe I recall you from like a previous stream. So good to have you here. So as I'm reviewing this one here. So yeah, basically the Gods Knights see summoning giant monsters to fight against the giants, and then you've got Loki showing off his power, giving a sort of what he can do with like the hammer, with his hammer, causing a massive thunder and fire around the Etsy island of Elbaf. How will the Straw Monster Trio handle Loki, and how will the giants handle the Gods Knights' new army of imaginary monsters? So Aldi's only says, nice, let's start this. Fair enough, but before we begin, we've got like the double-colored spread, which I always comment on, and this one is basically Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Sanji, Frankie, and Robin riding these flying fish that you see from the shadow at the Shabby Archipelago arc, where you have them racing, Luffy and Zoro sort of neck and neck, Nami close up, followed by Sanji, then Frankie and Robin. You've got Chopper riding on Zoro. Let's see, Usopp riding on Frankie, and Robin riding on Brook. In a sense, each of them has a bit of a rainbow color. Luffy, of course, has red as standard. Zoro and Chopper, in my surprise, Zoro is the color blue, which you'd think he'd have the color green, since that's what he's associated with. Nami, I believe, has either orange or yellow, same with Nico Robin. I'm assuming she mostly has the orange one due to her jumpsuit. And yes, Jinbei is swimming. I'll get to that in a bit. So Robin with yellow, with Brook sort of yellow, but some blue, playing music while on her. She seems to be drinking a cup from, followed by Sanji, who is surprisingly the green one, given the fact that he seems to hate Zoro and calls him green mushy or something, or is he usually assaulting his hair color. Is trying to serve Nami some beverages. Seems like he's done so by with Robin. And then you've got Usopp doing a sort of warrior, held up with his slingshot, as Frankie's just seriously riding and all that. And of course, like Aldi Zoni says, oh yes, Mosshead. Sorry, my bad. I can't believe I forgot that. I am ashamed as a One Piece fan of forgetting Sanji's famous quote. It's like, Mosshead is like he's wearing literally Zoro's colors. But yeah, anyway, you got Jinbei swimming. I'm not sure if he's racing as well or if he's being some sort of referee judge. Either way, it's a nice little colored spread. Colors of the rainbow and the Straw Hats racing. It's and also a little reminder of the flying fish. So yeah. Anyway, I've gone on long enough about this chapter cover thing. Now on to the actual summary of the chapter. Nah, bro, One Piece got too much to remember. Fair enough. Thank you. Anyway, speaking of what, folks, now we see some of the monsters raging in the background as Sol is trying to get Yalva and these other students called Madge and Rongier, to stop moving away, realizing that they really are sleepwalking. And curious about this sort of white cloth, which I assume is supposed to be the arrow thing that they are following. Unless, of course, all their clothes suddenly turned white. But I'm assuming, like Nika, but I'm assuming it's more of the arrow that they're referring to. Robin tries to warn Sol about what the teacher that got injured the last chapter said about not touching, and Chopper pointing out he was all bloodied and bruised. But Sol doesn't see anything wrong with them and thinks it's too dangerous for them to keep walking, tries to grab the one called Yavel, and let's see, the girl with sort of like the spiky helmet. Let's see, he gets a bunch of spikes, let's see, wrapped around her, coming out, suddenly appearing, and stabbing him in the hand. Let's see, Sol feels the pain. He's like on the floor going, ah, wow, ow, 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 if you will. As Robin and Chopper express some concern, one like about him being stabbed. As you get a message from like someone trying to message the Walrus School, which I believe is Ange, as let's see, she is giving a message to all the giants saying, all the children have suddenly fallen asleep, warning that what's going on with the children. And apparently 9 of them have started walking, so they don't know where, and they have no idea where they're going. And then we cut to the Western Village where we see Doggy and Broggy and some of the giants listening in. She's explaining why they don't understand why this is happening. The giants are, of course, panicking that the kids at the school are being there. Some of them, of course, being the parents. Let's see, and them also being concerned about the monsters, as Ange explains that there are monsters in the forest, wondering if their children are safe. And we get this new transponder snail called the Big Bitsy Transponder Pill Bug, in which is basically seems to be a thin snail with a few little arms at the bottom, with this sort of like hard and like round shell, if you will. It's kind of like how you've got some of those bugs that curl up into like a in sort of like a shell kind of thing. It's the best way to describe it. As Angie continues to say that children are traveling down a branch route 8 at the moment. And Nami realizes that there's a fire there too, and wondering what's with all the sudden danger. With Jinbei asking, did something happen to the school? Let's see. The giants start to look at CNH branch H, and they're like, look, it's not looking good over there. Fire, fire. You've got Jal, the sort of elder, the chief, going like all drunk, going like, no, that school's where my granddaughter's granddaughter Yavo goes. We're feeling that the girl that's been leading the sort of walk is actually the great granddaughter of Jal. I think I might have gone too many greats there. I kind of got confused there. And you got so many other giants going like, how many generations is that? They're all drunk. Nami, of course, getting annoyed, saying, you all had enough to drink. And Brock going like, you all should get giddy together. But Brock is also drunk because he's still got his skull on his lower groin, if you will. Ooh. But Aldi's only says, but how dare you forget One Piece's most important gag? Mosshead, how dare you? I'll call Alta and not give you the One Piece lollipop. Oh. Well, that kind of sucks. I really enjoyed the One Piece lollipops. You're his assistant manager. Okay, well, I'm assuming that it's still pretty much April 1st here and you're playing an April Fool's joke on me, but dang. But anyway, it would be nice if you did watch my Shirtzy reviews, but I am not arrogant to assume that you'll ever get the chance. Anyway, as that's going on, you've got like let's see, giants cheering as you see this flying ship going in, the film saying it's quick work. As we reveal that this group is called the Firefighting Sava, who are apparently on the case, where we got these giants with like these black helmets and red ritzy cloaks on the top of them. I'm assuming that if they're colorized in like the anime or even the coloring version, they'd probably be red or something. Maybe the ship will be red, but they're basically the firefighters. People are cheering on, telling them to put out the fire. But as they get close to the fire, let's see, a skeletal figure emerges to the surprise and then attacks them, swapping their ship flying. As you see, Betsy, Dory, Betsy, Kashi, and Jal, and a few other giants going like, Betsy, sort of the shocked face of, what? As they see like a monster take out like the firefighters' ship, if you will. So, yeah, that part of the chapter. That ends that part of the first part of the chapter, which I am now giving my thoughts on. First off, I do like how we'd learned a bit more of the kids' names, Yavo, Madge, and Ronji. I doubt people are going to get too emotionally attached to them. Granted, it seems like the very least, Yavo, we've learned that she's actually the great granddaughter of Chief Sol. So at the very least, she's going to play probably some minor role, I think, in Elbaf as one of the kidnapped victims, if you will. At the very least, she's probably going to be the most important kid giant after Colin, if I had to guess. Let's see if we got a comment from Aldi's only say, "Nah, do you know how many people, mostly I don't know, pulled some April Fool's prank today? You got my back. We're gonna finish them, jump right. Okay, I'm fair enough. Thanks. Anyway, going on to review. Back to my review. Yeah, I think Yavel's going to probably be the second most important kid giant after Colin. Now, it's probably not going to get as major role as Colin, but I wouldn't be surprised if there's some bit of interaction between them. Who knows? Whether or not the kids actually end up becoming warriors in the end, who knows? But I think Oda usually likes to emphasize peace amongst kingdoms, so yeah. Anyway, Saul seems to have a bit of a habit of not listening to people's advice. I think, let's see, he was like trying to argue against the principles, alert like the citizen, everyone in the island that the children are being kidnapped, and he was like, "Nah, we don't need to do that." But it's like, yeah, you can't actually have to do so, and he seems to be ignoring everyone's advice about not touching the children because then these like sort of thorns come out. So Aldi's only says, I for Colin, for he is the one mad bro, so now is in one piece." Okay, fair enough. You're pro Colin because he's keeping the warrior spirit alive. Fair enough. But yeah. So, no, granted, I will admit, this whole Soul ignoring that does give us an idea of, like, okay, why the children can't be touched, because these spiky thorns end up coming out and damaging them. So, which makes trying to rescue the kids much more difficult. So, yeah, we've got another one of the abilities of the Guards Knights. So, yeah. But anyway, I do like how you got like Chopper and Robin paying attention. Paying attention here. Arguably these are probably the two straw hats that you probably need in this situation because, well, Robin's abilities probably allow her to try and capture or immobilize anyone, and Chopper is basically the medic who you probably need to like heal any injuries. So Sal will probably be healed by Chopper later. Anyway, I like how finally we got like the kids finally being sort of like the Giants of Elbaf finally be informed about the dangers that are going on and that the kids are being kidnapped and they're monsters about. So let's see. Oh, Aldi's only says, by the way, why are you not popular? I don't know. I have to assume that let's see, it's because I probably don't put videos out on a consistent level, and probably because I go on a bit sometimes in my summaries, if I had to guess, but who knows. Some of my discussing videos end up being moderately successful. You're a decent narrator. Thank you. Let's see, I try my best. Who knows? Maybe it's because I don't put pictures on as well, but I don't know. That's at least one criticism I can think of. But yeah. So I like that the Giants are finally informed of everything, so they're going to be finally taking some action. I also like that we got a new Den Mushi, the transponder pill bug. I assume that this one that only works in Elbaf is because this Den Mushi is basically designed for Giants to pick up and message, because it's probably more, it's like the same size as let's see, Aldi's only and saying, why not screen share? Mostly because I'm not sure whether or not if I share any of the chapters and their pages, if I will get copyright and strike, to be honest. I'm rather not risk that, to be honest. Who knows? Perhaps maybe I'll like who knows? Maybe if I see, I don't want to risk that with the chapters, to be honest, because I'd rather not get in trouble for that. But who knows? I could be wrong in that regard. But yeah, anyway, let's see. These Giants transponders are more like the same ones that you use to like video calls around the world, if you will. But yeah, nice little design. But yeah, I do like how Nami is going like fire too. It's like she probably does not realize that she's partly responsible for that fire because she helped Luffy find Loki's keys. So yeah, we'll see if that comes up later. But Anyway, at least got the Straw Hats in the background. I also like her little gag of getting annoyed at all the people being drunk. Let's see, particularly Zhao and the Giants. And then, of course, I love the sort of gag afterwards of Brooke going like, "You all are too drunk. I need to get it together." And it's like, but he's like want to talk because he is actually, let's see, drunk right now. And Aldizoni is going like, "What are you reading on?" Currently, I am reading off my phone on like the Fizz translation, where the chapters are currently free, while the latest 3 chapters are free. I always review on the Fizz ones, and and I'm keeping that as it is. As let's see, I'd like to review on the official translations. I will always wait till the official translations comes out before reviewing. So yeah. So I do like that little gag. Let's see, with Brock and all that, and the Giants, as we learn Gerald's great granddaughter, if you will. Anyway, I will admit, I also like how we've seemed to have got that Elbaf has a sort of firefighting force, which, to be honest, I think, as far as I can remember, this is like the first country I've seen with a firefighting force. Because as far as I can recall, no matter what country it is, there's always been some like battlefield explosions going on at some point because the Straw Hats are fighting someone. I don't think I've ever recalled a firefighting force in the series. I could be wrong. I could be misremembering, but I don't think I've ever seen an actual firefighting force with this the firefighting Sava on the case. It's like you'd think this would be a bit more common, but I cannot see it. And it seems Aldizoni has disappeared for the time being, but fair enough. It was nice to have him here while he was here. So but I do like that we got this firefighting force, and unfortunately for them, they've been taken out by one of the imaginary beings, Dagra. But I guess it goes to show that these shows you just how big they are, these imaginary creatures, which arguably the last chapter showed. But they are actually somewhat sort of powerful if they're able to knock out, a Giant's fireman floating ship. So, yeah, this should be at least somewhat threatening, at least in regards to the Giants at Elbaf. For the Straw Hats, we'll have to wait and see. Oh, with Aldine saying, Sony saying, "Oh, you're not going to get copyright strikes. You only get striked when it's Crunchyroll and Manga Reader Plus." Oh, okay, fair enough. Perhaps future chapter reviews, I will perhaps I'll share screen on them, but I'll have to see. But for now, I'll just continue as it is with this one at the moment because I feel a bit out of place. Anyway, we now get Saint Somers. Eating and laughing at the fact that Sol tried to grab those kids and get stabbed by the thorns, laughing it off, saying, "I've uploaded 100 plus vids and lives and shorts and not one strike. Same from any of my friends in Discord." Okay, fair enough. No problem, man. Fair enough. But yeah, thank you. And I will probably try and do that for future reference to see if that changes my channels with views and all that. But yeah, anyway, he's laughing at the thorns, and it's just like, saying that it's just like the famous saying, every love has its thorns. And then there's going on like how asking Gunko Gunko is saying that she's never heard of it. With you getting Summers explain that she's so apathetic, Gunko. You know that. Saying that love is passion, to reach out and squeeze someone tight, even as you see the thorns close up. And it goes on how the best part of this game is when it's the parents and the children, and that parents hug their kids tight, the thorns and all, and then the kids scream and wail. And then they see the worst nightmares, mommy and daddy dying agony, saying that they're bringing up his arm, saying there's real emotion in killing, as you get the narration box saying Saint Somers, thorn fruit, thorn man, as you get thorns around his arm. And then he is then just goes on about how death by love, isn't that just exciting? Gunko just remains completely apathetic from his words. In many ways, kind of reminds me of the sort of Kakashi and my guy dynamic, if you will. but he just falls on falls on the floor off his chair. He goes like, no, complaining about the no interest that Gunko's showing. Let's see, calling her a woman that's never known love. And let's see, you've got Kilogram, I believe, asking which route did Gunko choose, and saying that there's a thick branch that ran down the middle, which I think that's Gunko saying, as she's, let's see, munching. We get a picture of a map of like where the Walrus School is, the library, the arrow route going through to the western village, and then to the port. As she explains that they walk straight that way, they'll reach the village's sea clouds. With Somers going on how the middle one's good stands out better, makes their utter futility all the more apparent. With Saint Killerham asking that Summers needs a bit more salt, as Summers ends up thinking a bit more salt and then imagining it from his head. And then, let's see, Saint Killerham puts him to sleep and then grabs his cloud dream thing and takes the salt out and goes like, oops, Apsha's rock salt, gourmet stuff. Telling Summers he can now wake up, and he does wake up. And he then goes on about how, what about the sleep tids? You pulled off those brats' dreams. With him then revealing that, and you got the little text narration box of Saint Killerham, Dragon Fruit, mythical type, model Kieran, dream manifesting man. So you've got him having like a dragon that can create dreams, if you will. And he explains that he can keep them going at the same time, of course. As he goes like, hey, the salt goes perfectly with the meal, as I think he was explaining that he can pick out the salt while also creating these monsters at the same time. And I think you get Gunko trying some too. As one of them says, anyway, speak of the giants' boats in the village, saying that apparently they draw rainbows in the sky with their painter rocks. And Gunko is just just enjoying her meal, going like, it's delicious. And you've got like Aldi's only saying, Summers is wicked, bro. Yeah. But yeah, he is a celestial dragon. Yeah, it is true. So yeah, I'll get more to that better. With Gunko going like, real unique culture they've got. With let's see, Kilogram saying, so all we have to do is take one of those and return to the Holy Land. And I think they're talking about either the kids or see those painter rocks. But anyway, Saint Summers is going like, we've basically won already, saying it's too easy, complaining, saying this is a baby game for babies. With Killigan going like, I'm very full now, and saying, that's Gunko saying, I'm very full now, and this is all 0 calories, with him saying, well, it is dream food, so 0 energy too. With Gunko saying not to worry, Summers, saying that there will be trouble. As she said, she saw a pirate ship moored in the sea clouds of the village, revealing that it's the Emperor of the Sea, Straw Hat Luffy, is here. As that seems to take his interest. And then they realize, wait, the kids are walking right towards the fire. With her going like, see, you didn't expect this. Telling them not to worry. If they die, we can send more. And that ends that part of the chapter. So, yeah. So basically, the second half of the chapter, we've basically having the God's Knights abilities told to us, and also them having a sort of dinner meal, if you will, relaxing, and then just talking about their plans, which I absolutely love about this. To be honest, love that we're getting to know each of these God's Knights, even just a little bit, with even just a little bit of characters. With Aldi's own saying, if they die, we can send more. Ouch, man. Yeah. This chapter really does show the cruelty of the celestial dragons, particularly Saint Summers. And it's going like, relax, they're just little children, bro. Ouch. But yeah. Basically, you've got Saint Summers. Let's see, I'm really loving Saint Summers as currently being the most despicable of these God's Knights, if you will. But we're learning quite a bit of his character. It seems like with like his abilities he's a fawn fruit man, which it seems to have technically kind of like 2 abilities in which he can produce fawns, but they can also seem to be affected by the emotion of love, if you will. So it seems Oda's being a bit creative, giving these broken devil fruits to these gods knights. But yeah, it does. Saint Somas has definitely got that celestial dragon cruelty of just seeing the amused by the injuries and pain of others, especially those that try to save their loved ones. He just finds it completely amusing. But interestingly, with the way he's talking about saying every love has its thorns, and he seems to have these talks of love as passion and that stuff. It's clearly to me that Saint Somas is being set up to be a sort of Sanji opponent, because this is all the stuff that Sanji sort of talks about, love and passion, if you will. But Somas is currently being like a dark version of that. So I arguably think that Sanji is probably going to end up fighting Saint Somas in some way. Who knows? Maybe even Skokburger Barn, because as we learned in the last few chapters, he's a bit like Sanji. So yeah, I think we've definitely got Saint Somas as Sanji's opponent, which is going to be interesting to see who will be Zoro's. Let's see. Aldi's only saying, yes, I agree, Somas. Sanji's opponent definitely dabbed me, but yeah. Now, granted, as for Zoro's, I'm not sure, because I think some people thought maybe Somas might have been because of the sword thing, but nope, it looks like it's going to be Sanji. But it's like, yes, he's like Sanji, but a bad version. Definitely agree there. But I definitely like his sort of let's see. I do like his sort of fawn abilities of let's see, the more you love someone, let's see, the more likely the thorns will grow and hurt you. So it's like if a parent, let's see, loves their child, let's see, they won't be able to hug them. And it's like, let's see, they'll end up dying if they try to do it too strongly. And it also puts a bit of a trauma on the kids, because then they'll see their parents die trying to save them. So it's definitely cruelty there. But other than that, I like his interaction with Gunko, who is completely apathetic to Somas, is let's see, entertainment, I guess you could say, kick out of getting suffering of others. It's like, I don't care about this. I'm I'm more serious down the job kind of girl, if you will. So it's like, just get the mission done, if you will. But Killigum seems to be, well, granted, he's not, let's see, showing the most, I guess, personality, not showing really any cruelty, but just doesn't seem to be focus on the mission, but just more focusing on the mission of asking what Britzy Gunko's doing, and then just getting salt and focusing on his meal. So yeah, you've got that. Oh, with Aldi's only saying, I think Sanji has to save someone while fighting Somas, and someone he loves. Yeah, if that's the case, it'll probably be either Nami or Robin, probably, because let's see, Sanji's always motivated to try and save those two whenever possible. But we'll have to wait and see in that regards. But anyway, I do like how let's see, where was I? Oh yeah. Let's see how Gunko's explaining the path that she took, and I even like the sort of little mini map you have of the Walrus School, the Owlbury, the Western Village, and the port, where we get this sort of okay, we know where they're going. They're going to eventually have the kids cross paths with the parents, and yeah, Aldi, Zoni, Nami, and Robin. Yeah, I agree with that. I'm going to have them crossing the path, so they're going to probably get some of that tension that Somas is talking about with the parents at the very least. But yeah. But anyway, I do like how you just got the sort of casual way of let's see, Killigum just wanting to get some salt, and then we're seeing his abilities firsthand. He puts people to sleep, grabs the dream out of them, and then creates it. And arguably, this is probably we don't know if this is the same way he did it with the kids, because, well, let's see, the kid, he's probably far away from the kids, but at the very least, let's see, you can either grab dreams out or at least summon giant creatures at the very least. But yeah, we're getting quite a bit of his dreams, and his mythical fruit is definitely a fearsome one, because it's a dragon fruit, but also an actual dragon fruit, unlike Kaido's fish fruit. But I guess it could also be a dragon fruit, if you will. But also, he's able to create dreams with it, showing sort of a mix of two abilities into one, if you will. But then again, this is a mythical Sonin, and they're usually, besides Logia, is probably the most powerful devil fruits. So I'm liking that. And I just like the sort of casual ways, just using it to get some salt out. But it seems like we also learned that the person doesn't need to remain asleep in order for the thing to remain in the world. So we got like that. With Aldi's only saying, but I think Gabon will fight Somers first for his son, and Somers is shown to be very, very good at, observation hockey. That could be a very good way of doing it. But yeah, we get a bit of arguably now that could possibly happen with Gabon fighting Somers, and it's just showing off a bit Scubba Gabon, and also perhaps showing a bit of Somers, both what they can do before Sanji comes in and saves the day. Now, whether or not but 2 weeks to fully figure out how to really save his son. Fair enough, yeah. Arguably, we could probably arguably you probably have Gabon failing to save his son and other kids in the end, because that'll probably be the Straw Hat's role. But we'll have to wait and see, because Oda likes to portray the old men as strong as possible, even if they a bit weakened over old age. But I doubt he'll do But since this is one of the wings of the Pirate King, he would definitely want to have a good showing for Scupper Gabon. But yeah. Anyway, I just liking how Gunko's it seems to just really enjoy the meal and all that stuff, and it's he's finding it delicious and all that stuff, and even asking about calories, which apparently Dream Fruit doesn't have it. But yeah. I also find it interesting that the Giants find interesting in the painter rocks, so it's they might try and use those at some point. But yeah, got another comment saying, then Sanji fights and locks it, but better than Summers fully countering with the invisible thorns. You think Sanji will fully unlock observation hockey in this fight? Fair enough. We'll have to wait and see, but yeah, I assume at least some point Sanji does need a bit of a power up, but we'll have to wait and see in this regard. Let's see, but yeah, I do like how Summers just thinks this game is too easy, but let's see, Gunko points out that she saw Straw Hats ship, so arguably, yeah, they're going to get some conflict with the Straw Hats and the God's Knights soon, as it seems like Summers is going to be excited for some conflict. And I do like how we see the cruelty of the giant the God's Knights of a fire could burn the kids. But it's no matter, we can just replace them with a bunch of new ones afterwards. Even though arguably the main point is to try and capture as many kids as possible and use as hostages to get the giants of Elbaf to obey the world government. But we'll have to wait and see in that regards. But yeah. But anyway, but what I really like about the fact that we got to see all of these God's Knights abilities is that, they're broken and powerful, but at the same time, it sort of works with them because they're able to sit down and eat. And it's what you expect from typical world nobles is where they don't really like doing the action themselves. They just like to sit around and have people do the dirty work for them. Let's see, at the moment, you're seeing with the God's Knights, even though it's clear that they are very powerful, but it seems that you like to use their abilities to do the dirty work themselves rather than get in direct action straight away. Heck, even with Shamrock with summoning his Cerberus sword. With Aldi's only says, I think Sanji will unlock Rio and 50-50 on future sight, but I am sure a way to always sense the invisible thorns coming at him. That is probably true. You're probably going to get something like that, but we'll have to wait and see how Summers does. But yeah. Anyway, I have given my thoughts on the God's Knights, and now it's time to go to the final part of the chapter. Let's see, Sanji with Rio is busted for Rio. Probably would be, to be fair, because he's arguably the best physical fighter besides Luffy in the Straw Hats. Let's see, unless you count sword slashes, but yeah. Granted, I'm very curious. As for the right crew, I think the other two God's Knights will fight. Who knows? If I had to guess, Usopp would fight one of them, maybe Gunko, but who knows? It could also end up fighting Kilogram because of the dream thing. But I wouldn't be surprised if Zoro ends up fighting one of them as well. But we'll have to wait and see. At the very least, I think Luffy, Zoro, Sanji, and Usopp are guaranteed to fight in this arc. But as for the rest, I think they're more of fighting mini bosses, if you will. But we'll have to wait and see in that regards. Anyway, we cut now back to Luffy and Loki, where you got someone cursing Loki and Loki just saying, "Go on, Hudron, try and stop me," laughing, saying you can't possibly stop me, saying he can't even lift Ragnia. As you get all the new giant warriors and the monster trio in front of Etsy looking on as he's about to release another lightning blast, with Gerd saying, "I just hope no one gets hurt in the Sun World." With Loki shouting they will, that the flames will only spread further, so tells them to make the choice. Undo the last handcuff and free him. Let's see, or he will continue to unleash it. But Sanji ends up asking Luffy who this enormous giant is anyway, with Luffy saying he's a really badly injured, so he wants to help him. As Loki then continues saying, "Oh, you'll all choose death," saying only keep taking the lives of those weaklings in the Sun World. With him going like, "If you don't answer me," but Hajuden goes like, wait, all right, I'll do this. But you get Loki grinning because it's like, okay, it looks like he's finally going to be freed. But Zoro tells Hajuden to stop, telling him not to fall for it, as Luffy starts to run and says, "I guess I gotta do it. If he can move, I'll stop him." That was the deal, because that was what Luffy's going to say. If Loki is going to mess with if Loki's going to be a bad guy, he's going to beat him up, so he's following that on. With Hajuden trying to warn Luffy, but it seemed not realizing that as he warns Luffy he'll electrocute you if you get too close, not realizing that Luffy is actually immune to rubbers, so yeah. We're going to see something like that. With Loki goes like, "Very well, then, I hear your answer," as he's about to pick up his hammer. And Gerd says, "Stop this, Loki. If you hit the children, there's no turning back," concerned about what kind of damage Loki will do in the background of the fighting. But Zoro ends up saying, "Make sure you go easy on him, Luffy, or his wounds will get worse," which is a little interesting note. In unofficial translations, you have Zoro saying, "Do it, Luffy. He's too badly injured. Hit him." So, granted, here you have Zoro in the official translation saying, "Don't go too hard on him, Luffy." But in the unofficial ones, you have Zoro says, "Make it hurt as much as possible, if you will." And Aldi's only says, "Imagine him damaging you from internally with blue flames and Ryu." Oh yeah, that would definitely be painful for Sanji with and look what basic Haki with blue flames and EXO did to Queen. Yeah, that was an epic fight, but yeah, we'll have to wait and see in that regard. But anyway, Luffy is about to do a gum attack with Loki just saying, "Damn it, I lost this one," as Luffy attacks with arm balloon. Loki gets hit. Hajuden and Road are shocked as Loki falls and collapses to the ground in a similar manner that Hajuden did back in Dressrosa when Luffy fought him. And says, "And if you can now use a fruit, no base EXO." Oh, you're talking about Sanji's EXO skeleton thing from Germa. But, anyway, with Loki down, Zoro goes about how he really was at death's door already, and commenting about how he's summoning all the strength he had left on a gamble, thinking if his bluff, even if his bluff had worked, he probably would have escaped, so he could collapse somewhere in secret. Thinking how he just can't imagine that working based on the amount of blood he's lost. Saying that it's now up to you whether you want to heal him or not, or let him die, but Luffy, of course, says, "Look, I have business with Loki too, and I've had to wait when I saw how bloody he was." So, and Road points out that it's true that whoever attempted to kill Loki, it's a separate incident from the matter of his own crimes. And you get him in the speech bubble thing, says, "I think I might know who it is," probably guessing that it's the Shanks lookalike. As Luffy then asks for Hajuden to help him out, even out a little, as he doesn't want him to die, no matter who he is. But Hajuden is just staring coldly, seeming like this kind of request, it's like one he doesn't really want to do. But nevertheless, you have Gerd let's see, using her medical expertise to try and heal him, saying until he's fully healed, saying it'll probably take months, which is a bit surprising, as normally when people are healed, let's see, treated like this, they're usually at most a week before they get better. Of her saying, if you really want to see him recover, you shouldn't leave him in a place like this, as you see her tending to the wounds. Loki seems to be once again rechained. Let's see, from like earlier, as you see the chains around him as he's being bandaged up by Gerd, and the other giants are just standing and watching about. But I was like, but if he's taken to the village, it only leads to more calls for execution. They'll kill him. Let's see, with like I think Luffy saying they hate him that much. If someone explaining he's an irredeemable scumbag, Luffy ends up asking, oops, we got a comment, and it's like, okay, let's see. And Luffy's asking, those horns turned out to be real, huh? As we see the black horns coming out of Loki's forehead, if you will, as you get an explanation that they're the holdover of his ancient giant blood, just like his father, Harold. As Julian thinks back to his childhood, where we have like King Harold, who still has his horns at the time, talking to how they're both his sons and he loves them both, and that he wants them to work together to support Elbaf after he's gone. And Aldi's only says, what do you think of Excalibur in One Piece? Hold on, Excalibur in One Piece. Excalibur One Piece. Let's see. I could be. Are you talking about Whitebeard's? Are you talking about Whitebeard's weapon? I'm trying to find which weapon are you talking about? Let's see. Let's talk about. Let's see. Is it Whitebeard's? Anyway. While you let's see, probably type what it is. I'm just going back to like the summary. Let's see. As he says this, but next panel you see Kid Loki beating up Kid Hydrudan. See, as he's already taller than Hydrudan. Let's see, due to his ancient giant blood saying how he can't believe this weak, tiny little weakling is supposed to be his big brother. And you seem to have like other giants around cheering Loki on in this fight. Going like, nah, Usopp mentioned it while drunk. Said it when you're all going to pull expect. Of course, yeah, Giles' sword. Yeah. I basically think that sword, that sword will be probably taken out at some point, and then you're going to have Chopper making sure that Giles doesn't die, and then he has his memory fully back and remembers what actually happened when King Harold died. As, yes, Usopp's lies always come true. Which probably means we're going to get Usopp with some form of Conqueror's Haki. But yeah. But yeah, you've got like saying how you're supposed to be my big brother, mocking him for being just a bastard son, and saying that you're not like their father's legitimate son like he is. Let's see. As he goes on about how his mother is filthy blood in her veins, which you get, let's see, Hydrudan crying, but also angry. Like he really hates his brother at that moment. But anyway, you get Hydrudan picking up his axe. Let's see, and looking like he's ready to like execute him. With him going like, yeah, fair enough. But yeah, you've got like the other giants trying to stop him, telling him not to lose control. But he goes on how he'll never forgive him for what he did, saying how he insulted, let's see, his mother and killed his father. With Loki goes like, oh, go on then, you sad little berserker. Or perhaps instead of digging in your petty personal drama, take a look at the woods around us. Going on about how they all say I went and killed Dad with pure murder in my heart. But goes like, you don't believe that, do you? Implying that either he didn't actually kill Harold, or he didn't do it for the reasons he thinks so, as Hydrudan pauses with this, and that ends the chapter. So, yeah. With Aldi's only says, you think Usopp will get a David and Goliath moment? Very possibly. Now, granted, I don't think Usopp is going to be one of the ones to defeat Loki. I mean, I do know there was like a video by Mr. Morge talking about all the possible people that could beat Loki if when back we all thought he was like a bad guy, which was like Luffy, Zoro, Usopp, Kid and Blackbeard because Kid because of giving him something to do in Elbaf, and Blackbeard because people believe he's going to steal like Loki's devil fruit. But yeah, with Aldi Zone says maybe he gets his last hit on Loki and just takes him down as a buff ass giant with his new obtained bullet at something. Who knows? That's one way of doing it, but it's very possible that Usopp could have his Goliath moment with those imaginary monsters created by Kilogram. So who knows? I think either Usopp's going to fight Kilogram or Gunko because, well, one of them, the dream aspect is like Usopp's dreams of being a warrior and becoming brave, and Gunko because, well, she has a sort of marksman ability. Well, granted, I am seeing some theories that people believe that she is either a revolutionary spy or a revolutionary turned God's Knight, or even possibly a clone of Ginny. So if that's the case, then that means a storyline with Barney and Kuma. So that might be why Kuma and Barney are still around, at the very least. Or she might end up being now this one's a more crazier one. Something else possible is that she's actually Kid's childhood friend, and that will give Kid something to do in Elbaf. But who knows? We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, but those are just some theories. But anyway, my thoughts on like this part of the chapter. I do like how let's see, you got Hidura, let's see, Loki continuing to try and let's see how you got Loki trying to like continue to use his hammer, even like using it as a threat to like the other giants since they can't lift it about let's see, if you don't let me go, I will continue to use this hammer. I'm very curious to see how it has lightning abilities. Maybe it has like a devil fruit in it. Let's see, but yeah. Just like he's threatening them to do the cast, but you've got like God concerned for like this children and this innocence up in the sun world. I'm a bit surprised that Sanji doesn't know that this is Loki. My guess is because of like at the very least he should have heard all the other villagers talking about how much of a menace Loki is, but I don't know, I guess he's just like just came along because Gerd was here. But yeah. That literally explains why I just wanted to help him if he was injured. But anyway, I do like how Loki continues to try and continue this bluff. And it looks like it's nearly working because the Juno was like, all right, I'll let you go if you help the other, if you just promise not to attack the others. But I do like how Zoro's the one who says, yeah, don't buy this, Jordan. He's bluffing, and it's like he's on death's door. I do like how Luffy is fulfilling his promise in action, saying it if Loki tries to do something bad, he'll beat him up. And granted, he's doing like arguably just a Gear 3 move, but nevertheless, it's not a Gear 5 or Gear 4. Nevertheless, it still packs a bit of damage. But I do like how interesting it is that Julian does not quite yet realize that Luffy is immune to lightning, so I'm hoping that we're going to see some point during, let's see, Elbaf, Luffy gets hit by some sort of lightning attack, and Luffy goes like, I'm made of rubber, just shocking everyone like it normally does. I doubt we'll get another like face reaction, but at the very least we should get something similar to how Big Mom reacted when Luffy was immune to her lightning attacks. So yeah, who knows? We'll just wait and see how that goes. I do find it. Aldizoni is back. He seemed to have went away a bit, but yeah, I do like how Zoro is just telling Luffy to remember his wounds. So now, granted, depending on which translation you have, is either telling him to not go too hard or go too hard, which one makes so kind of heartless and one doesn't. But I guess it depends on which version that you like to believe in. But who knows? I guess we'll have to wait until the anime to confirm it, rather than the first translations. But I do like how with like Loki, it's just revealed that it's just he's just bluffing all his strength to try and just get him to unlock the key. But the moment Luffy attacks him, he admits defeat and gets knocked down. And I do like how he mirrors his brother in falling down in that regards. I like how Zoro points out that okay, yeah, he's at the store. Let's see, Aldi Zone says, I really want to see a gag of Loki hitting Luffy with lightning low. Yes, that would be funny. At the very least, even if they just have a brief skirmish, but yeah. I do like how Zoro points out that he was just probably just gambling all on that and then trying to find some place to hide afterwards. But Zoro points out that regardless, he doesn't think that this plan of Loki's was going to work to begin with because of how badly wounded he is. So yeah, so if he's left alone, it's up to the hero die. And does pop that question: are we going to do this or not? But I do like how Luffy immediately is just like, I need him healed because I still have business with him regarding Shanks because he desperately wants to know what Loki knows about Shanks because like he wants to see him again. But I do like how Rogue just points out that okay, let's see, regardless of like let's see what Loki is, let's see now like Rogue response like Luffy's like the man of being healed because it's like okay, we actually need to find out who did this to Loki and what are their motives and all that stuff. But I do like how he probably realizes that he has an idea who, which he doesn't really say in this chapter, but you can probably guess that he's thinking of like that sort of redhead, that let's see, Shanks lookalike that he was told back in King Harold's castle from those two gods. I do like how we see how angry Julian looks about trying to heal Loki, but I do like how Gerd is doing it regardless. And granted, it is interesting that Loki is apparently taking a few months to heal. With Aldi's only says, I think let's see, Kaido is connected to Loki's farm, which who knows? It could very well possibly be that Kaido is actually descended from ancient giants. So yeah, who knows? I mean, granted, everyone thought that Kaido was like an Onin, but I guess Onin could be like hybrids of like ancient giants and humans, if you will, or hybrid between humans and giants. But who knows? But yeah, that's one way of looking at it. But yeah, but I do like But interestingly, with the whole wounded take a few months to heal thing, it seems to me that okay, Oda normally gets characters healed within a week at most, or even a few days. The fact that this long is with the wounds is that Oda's planning something with Loki with these wounds, and it's like either it's going to hold him back a bit so we don't see his full strength, or we're going to get some other character come in and probably heal Loki much better. But we'll wait to see. But at the moment, the wounds can't be seriously treated because well, everyone in the village would kill Loki if he was brought back there. But yeah. But I do like how we got confirmation that yeah, Loki has full on ancient bloods giant in him with like the horns. Yeah, which I admit I do think it's a bit off. It's not like the best way of Oda's drawing, but nevertheless, I do like how Luffy is just sitting on top of the horns, so listening in to all this stuff. But yeah, I even like how we got a little bit of a flashback. Granted, Howard is being a bit more of a silhouette figure, despite the fact that we already seen what he looks like a few chapters back. But it's clear that at this point he seems to do it actually like his sons, and wanted them to work together to help Alvarth, which makes me wonder if that's going to happen. With Alvy's only going like, you're sleepy. Arguably, yes. I hoped to try and do the stream earlier, but I am doing it later than I intended. But nevertheless, I am nearly done, and I will make sure I finish this soon. But yeah, I will try and not be too sleepy while reviewing this review. But yeah, he wanted his sons to get along, but Loki found his brother too weak, and as a result, picked on him, calling him a bastard, and his mother like filthy blood. And of course, this increases Julian's grudge, as he's willing to kill him, doesn't matter what, thinking that he's a monster. He has to have his crew stop him. But at this point, it's like Loki goes like, "Oh dear Lord, brother, do you really think I would do this?" So this is our first hint that yeah, there's more to like the killing of Harold than we actually know. Let's see, that's either that Loki never killed their father, and someone else did, and he was just there at the wrong place at the wrong time, or he did kill their father, but he did end up. But it's because he was ended up going to do something very horrible, and he had no bad intentions in the first place. Now, either way, we'll have to find out. But nevertheless, we're finally going to get some. Looks like we're finally going to get some answers along the way, at least at some point during the next couple of chapters. So, yeah, we're probably going to finally learn a bit more of the truth, or at least parts of it. But yeah, At the very least, let's see, because everyone's been theorizing that Loki might not actually be that bad of a bad guy ever since the introduction of Shaggy, at the very least, or the guy he's been messaging. So, yeah, and Luffy doesn't normally meet the main antagonist of the arc this early on, but when Loki was introduced. But yeah, if anything, let's see, Loki is just going to be that misunderstood rebel hero or champion of the people, if you will. Likely that Oda likes to do, but we'll have to wait and see. But yeah, overall, I think I'll give this chapter a 9 out of 10. We got to see more of like the suspense with like the dangers, like the kids being dragged away, how thorns come in when they pop in, the monsters causing havoc, especially taking out that giant fire brigade, if you will. So, but yeah, let's see if you're gonna have to wait and see that is true. But yeah, let's see, seeing like imaginary monsters do some damage against the giants. Granted, they're not like the main pirate, new warrior, the giant warrior pirates, but nevertheless, they shown to be somewhat of a threat, those imaginary monsters, so there's that. I like to we got to see the God's Knight's abilities, how they just sit down eating dinner, relaxing while their abilities do all the work, and like sort of interactions, particularly between Summers and Bunko, and then of like their plans to like get the kids and all that stuff, and like let's see, and how to deal with the straw, and like how to probably seeing that the straw hats here and now thinking of how to deal with them at the very least, and then of course Loki. It turns out that he's much more badly injured than we realized, and it was ended up being bluffing that Luffy was able to take him out. But also we learned more about his past with Jordan, and the fact that we got some confirmation that yeah, there's more to this story with like his father than just him killing and stealing his fruit. But yeah, overall, very good chapter, and I enjoyed it. Let's see, I hope everyone did as well. Aldi Zoni, thank you for your comments. They were very helpful, and I'll try and remember to do the share screen next time. But for now, I am Blue Star Saber, signing off. For those who end up watching in, I hope you enjoyed what I have to say. Thank you, and goodbye for now. I'll see you next time at some point when I do a One Piece chapter. But I have something, let's see, but we'll have to wait and see. Maybe I'll do it on Friday. But not, if not, it'll probably be after Saturday because I've got something planned for Saturday. But for now, I am Blue Star Saber, sign off. Thank you, everyone, and good night.